guys, hello. We are here with another photo critique, this time by a lovely fellow called Peter Dahlgren. He's taken his absolutely fantastic portraits of his wife and asked for a critique. And to be honest, I nearly skipped this one because there is only so much you can critique about a photo like this. You know, it's beautifully lit, it's professionally lit, no less. It's a really simple approach. It's a single light, nice soft lighting, and a beautiful subject. It's just a very well put together photo. There's a couple of little things that maybe you could consider changing if you wanted to do anything to a photo like this. The only thing that kind of jumps out at me with this is that I would love for there to have been a tiny little bit of a closer crop maybe. There's a lot of the top of her head in this photo, which isn't necessarily a problem. So if you wanted to, you could very easily just bring it that tiny little bit closer. And that means that you lose some of the highlights at the top of her head as well. The other thing that bothers me just a tiny little bit is some of the brighter spots, you know, along the fabric here. It would be very, very easy to just go in and simply remove them with the spot editing tool. Like this, this, this. Just to tidy it up that tiny little bit more, just to make sure that the focus of the photo is exactly where you want it to be, which is on her beautiful eyes. Just a tiny little bit of a tidy up means that your eyes don't get stuck at those areas and you don't end up looking at a bit of the photo that doesn't really deserve as much attention. Same thing with down here, just a little bit more of a tidy up of those little spots there. The other thing is you might consider just removing a few of these skin impurities. It doesn't take very long. It's a very, very simple little edit job. It makes just a little bit of a difference. It's not that I think it makes her look much worse. It's just that I think this photo has such a beautiful focus on her eyes, and anything that detracts from that makes the photo just a tiny, tiny little bit worse. I'm not saying that everybody you ever photograph should be absolutely perfect looking, and I like the texture you have in the skin here. Maybe even crop it a little bit further from the bottom there. There you go. And like that, you will get a more intimate, a more close, and a more subtle feeling for how this photo really can speak to you as a viewer. As I say, it's really hard to critique this at all because it's such a fantastic photograph. With photos like this, what you really want to be doing is thinking about what the message is you want to send to your viewers. And have a look at your photo and think, is there anything about this photo that stops it from being as clear as possible about this message? Even if the message is something really simple, like my wife is beautiful, then that's perfectly fine. You just want to make sure that you really ram that point home. It's a very minimalist, very simple photograph. There's only her face. Make sure that you show it off as beautifully as possible. Thank you so much for submitting your photo for critique, and keep checking back for further critiques in the future. Cheers, bye!